thank you guys for all being here this morning. Unfortunately, the circumstances have called us to engage in this meeting. Today, I am here in representation of Michael Vick. My name is Andrew Joel. I am the agent for Michael Vick. Today, I want to talk to you about Michael Vick, the person, not the athlete. Now, the allegations, or I guess we could say, I guess we'll stick with allegations, of my client Mike Vick and his involvement in an alleged dogfighting ring are true, and we're here to state which today. In 2005, Dan Pompei wrote an article that highlighted my client as a prominent athlete, and not only which, the first African-American quarterback in the entire history of the National Football League to ever be drafted #1 overall. He was the epitome and the face of the football, of the franchise, and of the NFL. And now he is nothing more than a symbol of pure hatred. See, some of the things that kind of went into why Mike was involved with his dogfighting are kind of out of his control and kind of stem back to his childhood. See, Mike grew up in Newport News, Virginia. And if you're not familiar with this area, it is one of the most crime-ridden cities in America. According to NeighborhoodScout.com, that city is considered 13% safe out of 100. So to put that kind of in perspective, there was last year over 7,000 different violent crimes, 7,000 crimes within that city, over 1,000 of which were violent crimes. Now, according to an article by Dorman and Evans, who wrote in Sports Illustrated as well, a lot of the people that are indicted with Mike were childhood friends that stemmed from his neighborhood and that he's known most of his life. This kind of shows how the community within which he was grown kind of shaped him and molded him into the person he was. He was first introduced to the world of dogfighting at the age of 8 years old. So this violence in his community has made him absolutely numb to the idea of violence in itself. Let's see, the outlet that he had to get away from this violence was sports. And unfortunately, it was also a gift and a curse. See, the sports were something that he felt that compelled him, and the adrenaline that he got from the competition. And unfortunately, that same feeling is what drove him to the world of dogfighting. Now, Mike understands that what he's done is wrong, and he's really ready to commit and fix the things that he's done. Like I said, he's numb to the acts of violence. And according to Long and Kulkarni, who wrote for the Journal of Sociology, the demons, or what they call interpersonal violence that Mike was experiencing, is almost a direct correlation to animal violence and abusing animals, in which Mike took part in. Now, like I said, Mike is ready to correct this, and according to Lewis, who wrote for a news magazine for veterinary medicine, claimed that there's over 40,000 professional dogfighters all across the country. Now, Mike was just one of which. Not to discount from his actions, but nonetheless, that shows the vast majority of people that partake in this underworld environment. So to correct this, Mike has decided to join up with the Humane Society. He wants to create programs where he can go and talk to children and talk to people about caring for your animals and loving your animals, and that's the first step. And that might not seem like a lot to others, but the basis of the idea is that Mike would not have gotten into these circumstances if he was not brought up in the area he was. So again, he is going to implement programs in inner cities for kids to kind of escape this violence and everyday things that they see that kind of can draw you into this underworld of violence and hatred towards animals. Now again, sorry is not enough to begin with how Mike feels. He's pretty much just disappointed in himself, and he knows he's let down millions and millions of people. After his sentencing is determined, he will do his best to rebuild his image and make it up to the millions and millions of people that he's disappointed. Thank you, and further questioning will be held later on.